The commercial roofing industry is undergoing revolutionary changes in systems and the skills needed to meet customers' exacting performance requirements. Challenges and difficulties, including achieving local fire and wind resistance codes, shortages in qualified labor for installation, environmental constraints, energy conservation requirements, and insurance limitations, are just some of the issues facing architects, property owners, contractors, manufacturers, and roof consultants as they attempt to obtain their best and safest choice when making a roofing decision. As a result, specification development and the process for choosing which manufacturers and contractors are most qualified has become much more intensive and important. To explore the challenges and potential solutions facing today's roofing industry, C.A.R.E, the Center for the Advancement of Roofing Excellence, pulled together an advisory committee of top roof consultants, partnered with several skilled contractors, and challenged them to take a no-holds-barred look at the problems confronting the industry and to do a hands-on evaluation of key emerging technologies. C.A.R.E is sponsored by GAF and the Indy Racing League to support industry capability development and continuous improvement in installation quality, and to help assure longer-term roof system performance to protect assets and avoid hassles. Observing the sessions were journalists from major building trade publications, including Greg Zimmerman, Michael Russo, and Mark Dodson. The veteran consultants who participated included Bill Bailey with 20 years experience, Bill Carrison with 27 years experience, Mark Curry with 18 years in the industry, John D'Annunzio with 20 years, Dave Denman, a 22-year veteran, Chad Kaminsky, 15 years, Jim Kuntz, 29 years, Tony Loden, 29 years, Jeffrey Mitchell, 26 years, Edis Oliver, 32 years, Wayne Prince, 14 years, Joe Shuffleton, 32 years, John Spruill, 28 years, Greg Thorpe, 24 years, Gary Weaver, 30 years, Dallas White, 26 years, and D.B. Young, 30 years. Combined, this group of industry veterans has 426 years experience and specifies over 830,000 squares per year. With their experience throughout North America and with all types of commercial systems, these guys are a battle-hardened group that knows roofing. They started with a passionate exchange about the pros and cons of today's roofing options. After an initial discussion of industry concerns, Dave Harrison summarized the goals of the meeting.
We're going to focus on how can we share, where and when are these emerging technologies the best and safest choice? Why are they excellent solutions? What are the common application mistakes to avoid when you do them? What are the installation approaches that help save money when you do them? And what are some specific quality assurance checklists to assure that you've done them right?
At the first session, the experts shared the problems they've personally witnessed that are driving the industry to embrace new technologies.
Watching them install adhesives, that's the nightmare.
Self-adhered applied in the factory is the wave of the future. No more screw guns, no more kettles, no more torches, no more 5-gallon cans of adhesives. It is the only way to go. But will it work with the lowest common denominator installer?
You know, VOCs, right, would be an issue. You know, a lot of those VOCs coming out that was cold.
Issue everywhere.
We do a lot of the clustered ones with the cold adhesive, and I dislike it because you can't. It's a lot harder to control the amount of adhesive, especially when you're getting in and you're trying to get in between things. You're not gonna. It's going on heavy usually, or if you try to be too thin, it's really hard to control.
Major insurance companies at this point are kind of dictating the types of systems that we can use.
I think the factors that are driving the need for new technology in the roofing industry today are improved quality and reducing labor costs.
For me, the biggest single driver of new technology is the labor issue in roofing. The lack of experienced installers requires a system that has a minimum of installation issues.
Numerous things are driving change. From an investor standpoint, it's cost effectiveness. From a safety standpoint, it's from a worker's perspective, he wants safe systems to put on that are easy to install. From a workmanship standpoint, the labor force is a challenge, and we need to find ways to eliminate labor problems and mistakes made on roofs.
I think the drive for new technology in the roofing industry is from a couple things. One is the need for lower VOC materials, for Energy Star, cool rating materials, and just also the ease in the application of roofing materials.
What's driving the need for new technology today would be liabilities.
I was just getting used to the Energy Star requirements, and now California's introduced the Cool Roof Rating Council, and it's going to be a requirement in our code and underlying building code for the state starting in October of 2005. And that's going to be something that is going to impact and turn our market upside down. And when it does, built-up roofs are going to have the right reflectivity, the right emissivity. We're worried about the urban heat island effect.
What's on this educational disc for you? On this interactive disc, you can see the key findings of the teams. In each section, you will see the hit list of problems and best practices developed by the teams. Focusing on this hit list alone could save the industry and perhaps your company an enormous amount of money and help prevent property damage and aggravation that results from common mistakes. The group broke into 4 teams to take a hard look at the common problems and advantages of 4 of the most significant emerging roof system technologies: modified bitumen cold applied, fleeceback TPO, self-adhering single-ply TPO, and self-adhered modified bitumen. Team leaders challenged the group to list the most common problems with these technologies that they've observed based on thousands of roof system evaluations and inspections, and the proven best practices they would recommend to help prevent mistakes. After the discussions about the issues, the consultants went out to recreate the most common problems and recommended solutions to each issue they identified. In the wrap-up, you can also see candid observations from these consultants about what they learned through their hands-on work with these emerging technologies.